So I was asked why I'm 600 elo. I think this is going to pretty much embody it. I'm going to show you 2 games. So this game starts off, King's Pawn, we play Caro-Kann, which is pretty much the only defense. We just pray they play King's Pawn because I don't know how to play anything else. Usually people play the advanced variation. That's neither here nor there. But he does this. No, I've never seen this before in my life. So we just take because it seems free. He pushes, then we push, then he pushes another pawn, and then we have hopes of, so we push here and hopes of going here, and then if he takes, then we take the queen, but I guess he could take now with this one, but the problem is resolved very quickly, and we go ahead and push up, because now if he takes, we just take the queen, prevents castling rights. He brings the queen out, which is fine. We go ahead and take. So now he has 2 isolated pawns. We have a nice little pawn chain connected, and these 2 are now connected as well. So I would say the opening actually is going swimmingly, which is rare for me, very rare. Now he brings the bishop over. I'm assuming he's going to try to take this knight, and then I take back with the rook. I guess I don't have to, but I take back with the rook, and then he takes with the queen and torches me. So I go ahead and move the knight out. Yeah, I even reviewing it, I did not see that shit coming. Okay, still got jump scared. Yeah, the bishop from 1,000 yards away took that knight. Forgot about that. So we take back. He brings the bishop out. Obviously cannot take. So we just move the king up. Also, he has both his pawns are hanging right now. So we can take this and then move the king, then take this, and then we have both our bishops nice and developed, and we took 2 hanging pawns. So that's kind of the plan for this opening right now. So he moves back, doing, I guess he just wants my rook to take for whatever reason. So then we take this free pawn, and then we'll just move the king over, and then on to game 2. And I'll just say before I get into it, this is a pretty textbook game, if I do say so myself. As someone who's qualified to say that, this is a very textbook game. Thank God plays King's Pawn. Once again, we play Caro-Kann. He takes. We take back. This is called the take variation, in case you don't know. I know that now. He brings the knight out, attacking the pawn. So we go ahead and defend the pawn. He pushes knight. We develop our own knight, and then he pins, unpin, castles. Then we push up. We have hopes of bringing the bishop out, and then so that way we can push e5. E5 is coming. Right now we cannot because obviously 1-2 attacker. We only have the 1 knight. He takes, we take back. Then he brings the knight here. We go ahead and develop the bishop for free because I'm like, I don't care if he takes. He actually ends up doing it, but I don't care because I'll just take this and it just strengthens my pawn structure. I don't know if that's the right logic, but that's the logic I use. So he brings the rook out, which kind of thwarts all of our plans because if we push, he just takes and then forks, and we can't really do anything. Like if we took back, he would take with check. It's soiled. So to combat this, we go ahead and castle. He soft pins the knight to the queen, which I really don't care about. I just bring the rook out to protect, again, e5. That's what I want to do. He takes, take back. He pushes the rook here, which is a very peculiar spot. I'm not really sure what's going on in his head, but I'm like, I'm gonna cautiously continue to e5 because I think it's still a good idea. And then he moves the rook way out of the way. And my dumbass, I mean, I thought, I was so worried about the rook. I was like, he's doing something. I don't know what he's up to, but it's no good. So I pushed my pawn in fear of absolutely no danger from this rook, but I was afraid of it. Instead of taking. But then he moves the rook here. Now, the reason I said this is a textbook game, I mean, look at this thing. Like, he's castled, like, this doesn't happen often for me. I guess just 2 kings castled is the bare minimum, but that's all it takes for this to be a beautiful game in my eyes, okay? Never mind, he has 6 pawns all on the starting square. That doesn't matter, okay? But listen, here's my grand idea, okay? We go here, and then he does, I don't know, fuck all. And then we just take his pawn, or I guess if we move here, he takes our pawn. Then we take again, and then we take here with the queen here. Here, watch. I already moved into position, actually. I know what's happening next right there. Now, if he were to take, we take back with the bishop, then we take here, protected by the queen. King can't take back, king goes here. Bishop go back. This whole file's occupied because this pawn's gone. This whole file is occupied by the rook. Queen go up, checkmate. This is my grand plan for this game. It's not really that grand of a plan, but this is what I'm thinking right in this moment. Then he snuffs that out extremely quick. I move back, clear mistake, because he just goes bishop here, or rook there, and then I can no longer take. So that's what I'm expecting. That was not. Thank God. So finally, after like 6 times that we should have done this, we finally take. And then, he probably has to move the knight or whatever. His idea to solve this issue is, yeah, you saw it. I mean, I didn't force him to do it. Listen, that got nothing to do with me. Okay. So obviously we take the knight. And then he makes a brilliant move here. Because the rook is attacking this. If the queen comes here, that's checkmate. So I'm beginning to think of like the ways to defend this. Do we push the pawn here? We could push the pawn here. Or we could bring the bishop out and then attack the queen, guarded by our queen. You really thought I ain't see it, huh? You really thought I'm not like that, huh? You really thought it. Oh, you really thought, yeah. Okay. So, of course, we go here. Obviously, you know what's coming next. Or maybe you don't. Where my 150 ELOs at? Where my 150s at? Y'all might not know. This is call it a puzzle. What's happening next? Chess.com daily puzzle, white to move. Hey, you gotta know where to go. I pre-move it, bitch, checkmate.